1040.com podcast. Your taxes, smart and simple. Hey, and welcome to the 1040.com podcast, episode 7. I'm Paul.
And I'm Sue.
How you doing today?
I am doing well. It's a little bit earlier than we usually film podcasts, but you know what? We got our coffee, we got our notes.
Yeah, and we all know that you're glad to have me back.
Yes, of course.
Don't forget.
Though Sydney was pretty awesome.
Hey, she did an incredible job. We hope you all enjoyed Sydney on the last episode, episode 6. If you haven't seen it, pause this one, go back, click episode 6. But don't forget to come back to this one, all right?
Yeah, for
real.
real.
Episode 6 and 7.
Yeah, we had our first guest. Sydney came on and talked about taxes for people who are freelancing or doing side hustles, self-employed, that sort of thing. And she's really awesome. She's one of our tax analysts. She could go pro with the whole talking on camera thing. So she's super awesome.
Yep.
But today we're going to be talking about filing early. And we don't mean as early as in start today, though there are some things that you can do today. But we'll get to that at the end. But a lot of people kind of put off their taxes for as long as possible, myself included whenever I first did my taxes. But today we're going to talk about why you should file early.
Early.
It's never a bad idea.
Yeah.
So one of the first reasons that a lot of people put off their taxes because they're afraid of owing taxes. So I know this. Like I said, when the very first time I ever filed my taxes, my dad gave me all of my information when it came in the mail, and he just like plopped it down in front of me. He's like, "All right, you're doing this year," and I was like, "Oh no!" So I was just terrified, and I put it off, and I put it in a place where I would always have to look at it, but I was so scared I was going to mess it up, or I was going to end up owing a ton of money and I wasn't going to be able to pay for it, that I ended up sitting cross-legged on my bed like seconds from tears on the very last day to file. I was like, like just trying so hard. And it worked out fine. I used 1040.com, so I was good. This was before I started
plug
working
that right
here.
in there.
Yeah,
Quick,
just and I was good. But it's a common thing. Like people are scared of what the unknown, and like,
absolutely.
Am I gonna end up owing a lot of taxes? Here's the thing, though. Like if you end up owing taxes, if you file your return in January, let's say, you don't have to pay up all of your taxes on the day that you file your return. Your taxes aren't due until mid-April. Like we usually think of the tax deadlines like, okay, file by this, but it's also the your taxes owed deadline.
Yeah.
So if you file your return in January and you figure out, oh my gosh, like I have taxes that I have to pay, that gives you a couple of months to be able to kind of figure it out.
Yeah. I know for us, it's, we start filing, just as soon as our documents start rolling in early January, mid-January, we kind of start plugging those in and getting started. And before we know it, they're done, and then we've submitted, and we get a refund much sooner as well.
Yeah.
So that's always worked for us, just kind of stay ahead of it as soon as those documents start rolling in.
Exactly.
We're able just to input and go. So, and then it's not like looming over our head like February, March, March, April. It's just done.
You just kind of do
feels
it
good.
piecemeal as you
Yeah,
come
it feels
in.
good.
Exactly. And like you said, like you can get your refund faster. So if you don't end up owing taxes and you end up getting a refund, it's like, why wouldn't you file as soon as possible? Because as soon as you file your return, that's when that refund is going to be, put into process and be coming back to you. So it's your money. It's just sitting in the government's pocket. So
touch on the other reason for wanting to file early. I really like this, and honestly had not thought about it.
Yeah. So if you file early and you're expecting a refund, if you claimed the earned income credit or the additional child tax credit, just be aware that your refund won't be issued until about mid-February, because they want to take a little extra time to look at those and make sure that everything's secure, because those are targeted a lot for fraudulent returns, that sort of thing. So they want to protect your refund. They want to protect your information. So it won't be issued until mid-February. But that's still mid-February that you could get your refund. Yeah. And the sooner you file, the sooner you'll kind of be put in line for that process. So it's still a really good idea, even if your refund will be delayed because of those 2 tax credits.
I got ahead of myself in our in my mental notes. It's kind of weird that that's what I said I would like. I like this next point, and it was that. That's not what I was thinking, but that is good information. This next point is the one that I really like, that I feel like people need to know. It's a great reason to go ahead and file in January, or as soon as you can. So hit us with this one.
Okay, so this one is Paul's favorite. And
this is what I like.
This has to do with securing your refund. So, again, I'm going to use a personal example. Nowadays, I have a pretty simple tax return, so I can file within, probably before the end of January. Last year, I filed like January 23rd. And so I do that because if I've already filed my return, nobody else can use my information to file a return to get my refund. Mm-hmm. So not only am I getting my refund faster, but it's also one of the easiest and simplest ways to protect my refund and to protect my tax return, because even if somebody has my information, they can't go in and, get my refund because the IRS has already accepted a return.
You're done.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and sadly, it's the world we live in. People have found ways to do this. So, just to help yourself out, go ahead and get that knocked out early in the year. And it's just one more safety measure you can put in place for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like we said at the beginning, it's October. You don't have any of your tax information in yet. So it's like, okay, we want to file early, but right now it's like non-existent. Yeah. You can't do it. But one of the best ways that you can get ready for the tax filing season is by using 1040.com's tax estimator, which you can find on our homepage. There's a link to it on the homepage.
Hey, do that again. Do the 1040.com.
1040.com tax estimator.
Ba-dum-bum-ba-bum. We need some sound effects. I just wanted to do it.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
You're right.
I know, we need them because that was bad, but I wanted to go back and hit it. All right.
Yes. So with oh my bless. So 1040.com's tax estimator. You can get it on our website, or you could also access it through the App Store.
Yep.
The App Store on your iPhone, and then the Android App Store. I don't know what they call it because I have an iPhone. But anyway.
Ooh, that's bad because I don't either.
Whichever one you use, you can use our tax estimator, and basically what it does is it gives you a basic overview of what your tax situation may look like when you file your return. So it's really great because it'll kind of estimate, okay, are you going to owe taxes or are you going to get a refund? But it's also really great because it kind of helps you gather the records and the information that you're going to need in addition to, exactly. So, you might have your W-2 or your 1099 if you're a freelancer, but you're also going to need stuff like bank statements and other, different statements of income. So it kind of gives you an idea of what to be looking for, what to expect, and what to gather right now.
That stuff can take a while to get together, so it's just something you can be doing.
Yeah, so the more, kind of like what you said your family does, you just take it piecemeal and you do as much as you can while you can. This is one of those ways that you can get ahead.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Alrighty.
Sorry for the sound effect.
That's okay.
It was good, though.
You're growing.
Yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there.
You'll be a pro.
I have a feeling Sydney will be back next week. She guys liked her. I probably just signed myself right off this couch, right?
It's fine. It's fine.
Thanks, Sue. As always, thanks for watching. Head over to the website. It's your turn to do the sound effect. Here it comes. Head over to the website, 1040.com. Check out Sue's blog. The tax estimators on the website as well, and in the App Store. Make sure you're telling your friends about the podcast, YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. You can find us about anywhere you look. And make sure you tune in next time. We'll see you then.